Alrighty. How's it going, AOD? How's it going, Black Rose Dragon? And I see Frost got his first redeem, like he always does. I demand souls? Well, we only sell Coke here. I don't have souls. Let's see here. I don't think you can at everyone in chat, Lance, but I appreciate the try. Good night. You're heading out already? Okay. You know, it is 11 o'clock. I understand. Get some sleep. Unless you're just saying that, but, you know, get some sleep. You were just checking. Fair enough, fair enough. I understand. Double checking one more thing. Did I share this with you? Yes, I did. And that's about everybody that I can realistically share. Gotta work at 7, so I am actually going to bed. Yeah, get some sleep, Lance. 7 a.m. is way too early of a shift. I don't know if I'll actually fall asleep. You can try. But, like, leave the window open. Give me your view. Give me your ad revenue. Wait. It's important. To me. Wait. Let us kick things off, shall we? I know we were getting started. Right, we had just gotten started with
Of course.
Legram. Not Legram. Yes, Legram. Yes, Legram. I know where we are, I promise. But before we talk to Toval here, let us read a second chapter. 20 pages already. Jesus Christ. Tomorrow night's gonna be 30 pages of Red Moon Rose. Aren't you guys excited? As the world blurred, he caught a fleeting glimpse of a geometric shape pass before his eyes. It was the soul of a boot moving at incredible speed. With a bone-crushing thud, the woman was thrown aside, and Alphonse's field of vision filled with the night sky. Free from the woman's grasping fingers, he coughed furiously, sucking in as much fresh air as his tortured throat could manage. "Are you all right?" asked a clear voice beside him. The source of it had been a second woman, who he was certain had not been there moments ago. She wore a navy blue overcoat paired with a matching navy blue beret. Her ash blonde hair reaching as far as her neck, and her features were dignified, though they still retained clear vestiges of childlike innocence. At a guess, she seemed to be roughly the same age as Alphonse himself. Still busy processing the recent events, Alphonse made no reply to her query. The woman watched him for some time before coolly stating, "You appear to be mostly uninjured, at least. I'm glad to have arrived in time." Seemingly satisfied that he would survive, she turned away and studied the crumpled form of the woman who had attacked him. "That," she said with a note of distaste, "is a ghoul. The thing a person becomes after their blood has been drained by a vampire." As she spoke, she kicked her left boot against the ground. The tap 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 seems to punctuate each word. Did I get the game you sent me? Yes, I did, Black Rose. I was gonna remind you here if I saw you in chat, but then I saw your thing, so I'm like, never mind. That works. It appeared to be the boot that she had used to kick the woman, or ghoul, away from him. As he followed the restless drumming of her boot, he suddenly thought, vampire? I have no issue with you idling about, but I would prefer if you stood aside before doing so. You're in my way. Her words were sharp, but no sooner had she said them than a creaking sound filled the area. The ghoul, which had been motionless on the ground while they were talking, was now slowly rising. Its contorted body lifted from the cobblestones using only the power of its legs. It was a grotesque spectacle and utterly unnatural. And if the ghoul was bothered by the earlier blow, it showed no sign. Without warning, the ghoul suddenly kicked at the ground like a wild beast and propelled itself towards them. Alphonse jerked to his feet and leapt forward to shield the blonde woman. The exact moment that the ghoul's nails reached Alphonse, the blonde woman behind him calmly put her hand in her overcoat pocket. In one smooth motion, she drew something out of it. It was a long, thin rapier. Its surface was a radiant silver polished to a mirror-like shine that reflected with the smoldering glow of the red moon. Without a moment's hesitation, she thrust the rapier forward. Its pointed end flew past his neck, piercing the ghoul's throat effortlessly. With an equally smooth motion, she withdrew the blade. The ghoul fell to the ground and didn't move again. The menacing aura it had been radiating dissipated into nothing. Alphonse stood fixed to the spot, dumbfounded by what he had just witnessed. The small trickle of blood ran down his neck where the rapier had grazed it. I do believe I told you to stand aside. I suppose you must not have heard me. Sighing, she took the ghoul's blood from her weapon before returning it to its scabbard. After all, if you had heard me and acted that way, regardless, I would be forced to conclude that you are most foolish indeed. Her blunt words, composed expression, finally brought Alphonse back to his senses. I was just trying to keep you from getting hurt, but never mind that. What's going on here, anyway? Who are you, and why was that woman trying to... He had intended to finish his sentence with the words, eat me, but the possibility of what might have been was too terrifying to voice. What was clear to him was that the woman before him had saved his life, and stabbed the ghoul to do so. Looking at Alphonse's confused expression as he wrestled with the situation, she gave a resigned sigh. You appear to be a member of the military. I presume then that you are familiar with the so-called vampire murders? Yeah, of course. Well then, if I were to tell you that these vampire murders really are the work of a vampire, would you believe me? Alphonse gasped at her. What? Without answering, she gently turned away from him and walked over to the ghoul. Gently, she lifted it from the ground so Alphonse could get a good look at the face. What had been a terrifying creature just moments ago was now a woman again. Her expression was completely peaceful. It was hard to believe she was the same woman who had attacked him earlier. Look closely here, the blonde woman instructed. She pointed at the corpse's neck, specifically at the two red dots on its surface. They were completely consistent with the marks on all the other victims of the vampire murders. It certainly looks like a vampire bite, wouldn't you say? She said this as if it were the most obvious thing in the world. Alphonse still looked puzzled, but she ignored him and continued. Humans who die as a result of having their blood sucked by a vampire become ghouls, who then try to feast on other humans. This sword, she said, tapping the scabbard, has been blessed by the church and is capable of putting them to rest. Her words brought the bizarre spectacle he had just witnessed back to the front of his mind. While he was interested in the church part of her statement, he had more pressing questions to ask. You're seriously saying that this was the work of a vampire? You really expect me to believe something so ridiculous? Whether you choose to believe it or not, it's the truth. A very unfortunate truth, but the truth nonetheless, she said in the same cool, disinterested tone. Alphonse struggled with it. The truth, as she presented it, beggared belief, and yet everything she said added up and seemed consistent. It was equally hard to believe that everything was a lie. He subconsciously touched his throat. The ache there only bolstered her position. He found himself willing to believe her. There's a vampire in the city, of that I am certain, and I, she continued, placing a hand on her chest, am here to put an end to it. A period of silence followed. Undeterred, the woman began to talk again. Still, this is not ordinarily a matter that laymen should be involved with. So I would recommend that you forget all that you have seen and heard here. And I would prefer, she added with a meaningful glaze, if you kept all this to yourself as well. She turned to walk away. Wait, Alphonse called out to her. He swallowed, stood a little straighter. Will you allow me to help you? The blonde woman came to an abrupt halt. She turned her head to look at him. It was clear that his sudden question had caught her off guard. Slowly, she faced him completely. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting you to propose something quite that ludicrous. What could I possibly stand to gain by allowing you to help me? Her tone was as sharp as ever, but Alphonse was unfazed. Around 10 years ago, both of my parents were killed. They died the exact same way as the victims of the vampire murders. Shock showed through the woman's normally blank expression. Alphonse continued. I don't remember much about that day, but there's one thing I can never forget, one thing I'll never be able to forget. As he spoke, the memory returned vividly to him. Roughly 10 years ago, Alphonse and his family had lived in a village in the remote region of the Empire. His father was a member of the army serving in a unit stationed nearby, but it was an uneventful post they lived the quiet life. It was a normal and peaceful existence as one could have It was as normal and peaceful an existence as one could have, until that fateful day when Alphonse returned from playing outside. It was then that he saw a sight that would be burned into his memories, his dreams, forever. There in his home, he found the corpses of his parents laying in a room stained with blood. Their bodies had been drained and their necks were marked by strange bites. The incident was so unpleasant and bizarre that even then there were those who believed it was the work of a vampire. The army conducted an investigation, but were unable to find any clues that would lead to a suspect, and eventually the case was deemed unsolvable. Left with no living family, Alphonse was taken in by his father's best friend and fellow soldier in the army, Gerard, and ended up living in Heimdall. If what she was saying was true and vampires really did exist, then maybe one was actually responsible for his parents' death. From the looks on her face, it seemed she too thought that could be the case. Alphonse shook his head though it was more for himself. It doesn't really matter if it was the work of a vampire or not. I feel as though by solving this case, I'll finally be able to move on from what happened that day. That's why. Another long silence fell between them. The blonde woman seemed to be deep in thought, and Alphonse waited patiently for her reply. Eventually, she let out a short sigh. As part of the army, you have access to restricted information on the murders. Perhaps your assistance might allow me to find the vampire more quickly. She put her hand inside her coat and slowly took out a short sword with the same silvery glow as the rapier she had used earlier. This will allow you to fight against ghouls and vampires. If you'll be cooperating with me, I expect you to protect yourself. Alphonse glanced at her face. Her expression clearly said that she wouldn't brook any nonsense. His resolve would need to be firm and unwavering, and he would need to be prepared to encounter more ghouls, like the one from before. Furthermore, he would have to be ready to face the vampire that lurks in the city once and for all. With a resolute air, he accepted the sword from her. My name's Alphonse, but everyone just calls me Al. The blonde woman looked down at her now empty hand, and the corners of her lips quirked up slightly. She raised the edges of her skirt underneath her coat and gave him a respectful curtsy. My name is Rose. I imagine that our time together will be brief, but I look forward to working with you nonetheless. So we're getting to know this mysterious woman that saved him. Why are these chapters so long? Tomorrow's chapters is 30 pages. Couldn't help but notice that Sarah set you up with a curriculum really similar to the work we bracers do. I guess actual bracer work, like the stuff I've been throwing at you, must come pretty natural to you at this point. Heh. There's some truth in that for sure. By the way, would you mind if I ask you something? Fire away. I know you gave us a hint at the bar back in Berehard, but there's also the fact that Instructor Sarah showed up with perfect timing right when we needed her. Your timing is a little too convenient. Did you come after receiving word from the Provincial Army? Nope. I actually heard about what was happening a little earlier from a friend of mine. As soon as the news reached my ears, I shot to my feet and got right in contact with the director here. And he was kind enough to give me a ride on his airship back from the capital. Was that your doing? Well, you see... So essentially, things worked out for us thanks to his pulling strings behind the scenes. I see that the Bracers live up to their reputation. Guess it makes sense why they're not too popular with certain folks. Listen, that was just a one-off, alright? I jumped through some serious hoops to make sure everything worked out, you know. We've been in his debt all this time without even realizing it? Indeed. I'm glad to know we can count on someone as reliable as him as an ally. Oh, let me at least tell you where you can find that monster in your mission. It's out on the highway, but a pretty good distance from town. Probably close to 200 Selge, if I had to guess. Right at the edge of your field study area. Seems to be a pretty mean one, too, so make sure you're all ready before you take that first swing. Will do, sir. But first, side quest times. Claws and Daggers Gaming. Welcome in, first time chatter. How are you doing, Claws? Hello there, Watto. You've been well, I hope. Why, of course. We're all doing well here. Though perhaps less so on the business front. Oh? It's not really a big issue. It's just that your father rejected the order to raise taxes here. Deliveries coming through on the highway have slowed down a fair bit ever since. It's clear as day that Duke Albereo wasn't too pleased by Lord Arsade's decision. I see. Please allow me to apologize for my father's actions. Greetings, I'm well enough, all things considered. How be things? Things be well. I had to start a little bit late tonight just because of my work schedule. But I appreciate you coming out all the same. If I may ask, where do you come from? Do you come from Blue Sky, or do you come from one of the many Discords that I posted my announcement in? You have no reason to feel responsible, Eustace. Indeed. Deliveries by train have come through just fine, so ultimately we're not up a creek without a paddle, at least. Do you have anything that I want? Probably not. At least not right now. Ooh, Cornelia reprint, chapter 9. Welcome, everyone. I hope today is the day is treating you well. If you need any armaments or to have your orbit-related questions during your stay, you just come straight to me. Thank you, Duncan. Your service is invaluable as always. Haha, it's an honor to hear you say that. That reminds me, I've heard you guys will be the ones taking on the request I sent in to Toval. That's right. You wanted us to do something with the road lamps, right? Could we ask you for some further information about how to do that? Of course. It can take quite a while, though. Are you sure you have the time to do it? Yeah. Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. Just explain what it is you'd like us to do, and we'll get to it. Alright, here's how it'll go. I came over with a raid sometime previous and followed back then. This time I popped in with time and focus, both available to chat. I don't remember the raid source. That's fair. That's fair. If you're if you follow other people who are playing the Trails series, my guess would be either Rascal or Judy. I'm guessing you're probably from one of them. If not those two people, maybe Nova, and if not her, then I don't have any other ideas. I'm going to presume you all know what a road lamp is at this point. And you probably also know that they require regular maintenance in order to function as they should. None of them sound familiar? Got it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else might have raided into me that you could have been with. But I appreciate you stopping by all the same. Are you familiar with the series at all? Maybe Allie. Or Autumn. More likely Autumn. I don't think Allie's actually... I don't think our schedules have ever aligned well enough that she could have raided into me. Autumn raids into me every once in a while. Maybe. I'm not sure. That's especially true here in Legram, since the moisture from the fog causes their circuits to short more frequently. I'm not familiar with the series, but it has been interesting to watch. Who knows, all that matters is your home. True. You're home when you're with us, Claus. I appreciate you stopping by. I put in a request for Toval to inspect them not too long ago, actually. To my surprise, he discovered that almost all of the lamps close to town are in need of some maintenance work. I assume you want us to replace them all in one go, then? That's correct. To be a bit more specific, I'd like you to replace their orbit lights. Happy to be here, thank you. Thank you, Claus. That does seem like a long, troublesome task. The kind I'd normally pay someone else to do. Well, that's why we are getting paid to do it, Eustace. The road lamps serve as a safety measure for travelers along the highway, though. So this is important. Sounds about as much fun as picking lint out of my belly button, but oh well, nothing can be done about it. Okay. This does seem like something Toval would usually handle himself, though. Isn't that right? It is. He'd probably laugh at us if a group of promising students weren't able to change a few lights, I'll bet. It really takes me back to our field study in Celtic, though. That's right. We had to do something like this back then. I suppose every town needs working road lamps. So you're practically pros already, then? Hardly. I've finally managed to block off any memories of our group's first field study. You weren't there, Eustace. Not for that one. Aw, no fair, you guys. Stop remembering stuff that I wasn't here for. That's what you get for showing up late to the party. Anyway, I assume the road lamps here also need a code to open their maintenance panels? Not quite. The lamps here in Legram use a key for access instead. That's convenient, because I was not about to try to remember 6 codes. Which means you'll be needing this. Received maintenance key. Well, at least it should make things simpler this way. Yeah, kinda glad that I don't need to remember a code this time. And here are the replacement ornament lights you'll need as well. 14! That's a lot of lights! A01, A05, B01 to B09. They're all marked with letters and numbers. That they are. Each one matches with the road lamp it should be used in. Use the A01 light and the lamp with A01 written on it, and so on. It's not exactly advanced calculus. So, do you need any pointers to how to change them out? No AOD, Satage? Well, you're here now, AOD, and you were here earlier. So yeah, you're now here. Congratulations. No, I remember how to do it from last time, so I think we'll be fine. Well, that seems to be everything we need to know to get started. We'll be on our way then. Good luck. Okay. Mods are here to ruin the fun, you guys. Exactly. That's the reason why we have him here. So we need to replace those, kill one monster, and then come back and do the training mission at the school. You got it. I have been here before the beginning. True. Or at the very least, you've been here since the beginning. Looks like the fog's just as thick out in the highway as it is in town. Well, there goes my plans for causing a ruckus. Sorry about that, Claus. Have to put an end to that. Hey, I was here before the beginning. It's true, Frost has been waiting for over an hour for me to start streaming, despite clearly stating in my schedule that I wouldn't be starting until the time that I started. Looks like the fog's just as thick out in the highway as it is in town. It does go a long way towards keeping the temperature down, but it certainly doesn't help the visibility. True, even we locals lose our sense of direction on the highway sometimes. But ever since they built the railway through here, there haven't been nearly as many people traveling on the road. We'll need to pay extra attention to our surroundings to make sure that we don't become lost. That would be wise. And don't forget, there's no telling when some beast may try to jump out at us. Sadly, or maybe fortunately, depending on who you're talking to, this does not mean that this area has random encounters. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go! Apparently, that's not a lamp. It does kind of look like a lamp, though. Ah, that's the lamp. The road lamp seems to have dimmed significantly. Yep, let's exchange this one. Alright, that's one light exchange. This doesn't seem so bad. I don't suppose so. We just need to repeat this for the other 13 lamps on the highway. The work itself seems simple at least. Perhaps we should each take turns doing it then. That sounds fair. It's only right to share the workload. Yay! I call the next one! You're welcome to it. Only 13 more, it's true.
Go! Go!
Gotcha!
Right!
My turn.
Eh.
Here I go! Here goes!
Go!
Very well.
Here I go!
Well, that was a little bit of a waste of your EP usage, but that's fine.
How pathetic.
You recover EP whenever you kill an enemy anyways, so that's fair.
Making progress.
It feels almost magical.
Thank you for interrupting me while I'm trying to do things,
like if you
game.
just wait long enough, you might see a fairy or something.
Like, I get that the game wants to have more, like, atmospheric moments or something, which is why they have, dialogue in them, like, just while you're exploring.
Now's our chance.
But also, I'm
My
sitting here
turn.
like, come on. I just want to do the thing.
Yes, sir!
Very well.
Of course. Hey!
My turn. That's that. I did it!
Wait, there's a lamp down here that I missed. Oh hey, one of you
What
guys.
a large monster. We'll need to be careful.
I fought you back in the nature park.
This might actually be a challenge.
Well, at least
Go!
you got single advantage.
Here I go! There!
Right. Ta!
I'll handle this. Be gone!
Ooh. Good guard there. Ow.
Go! There!
Here I go! Blow 'em away!
Go!
Ow.
Right. Ha!
Oh, hey, now he's petrified.
we go.
And he's stealing my CP.
My turn! Ha!
Not bad.
Of course. Hey! You still have a lot of training to do.
Apparently, I gave Laura Death Blow at some point. That or that's her equipment. No feint. Right now, I should be able to mute, freeze, poison, petrify. Yeah, mute, freeze, poison, or petrify, or faint.
Oh, a treasure chest.
Found burn.
Now's our chance!
My turn! Go!
Gotcha!
You're done!
My turn. No escape! We should keep going.
Now it's time for the
Oh, the train comes through
bees.
here.
That's the Ebel branch line, the same line we traveled here on.
Nice. Right, I did not, in fact, change the speed of the turbo mode off camera, so we're still stuck at only double speed. That seems to be all that's necessary. Well done, Laura. That makes 7 lamps done, I think. We're finally halfway done. 7 down, 7 to go. Yeah, let's get those last 7 done.
Okie doke, let's get.
Right. No escape.
Good, just kill. Never mind.
Here I go.
I thought it would just kill. It
Very
did
well.
not.
Now!
An opening.
Go! That's that. Let's keep moving.
Is that a treasure chest?
Sure is.
You're in my way.
Right. No escape.
My turn.
Good news, guys. They are all immune to the movement caused by Laura's thing.
Here we go. Now's our chance. Let's go, everyone.
Okay.
I'll handle this.
This is our real power.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I did it.
A matter of course.
Nice.
Abyss Shadow. What's that do? Actually, nope. There it is. Prevents death blows, delay, and vanish. So basically, any way of removing somebody from a fight that isn't actually just killing them with damage. And delay. Preventing delay seems like it'd be very useful against some bosses. Nicely done. Thank you, Black Rose. Thank you very much. I'll go ahead and give you the gladiator headband back on account of... Yeah. Also, there's something I've been neglecting to do for some reason. We gotta give the bunny rabbit her bunny ears.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Here we go. Go!
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
Right. Huh? Off guard.
There! I'll handle this.
My turn. We'll cut our own path.
Yeah, I'm guessing that just enemies that are petrified basically always get hit with death blow on physical attacks. Kind of like how enemies that are fainted always get critical hits. Critically hit.
This monster seems dangerous. Be careful.
Well, be careful if we want to be careful, Emma. BO7. Almost done. BO8. And oh. Finally, BO9. That's the last of them. 14 lamps. That's a good day's work. The highway should be better lit now, though it's difficult to tell with all this fog. At least the residents of Legram should be safer as they travel the highway now. Now that we finish up, we should report back to our client. Yeah, you're right. Let's go back and see Duncan. That must be the monster we were sent here out here to defeat. Looks like it matches the description, but it's hard to tell with all this mist. Ooh, it looks really strong. But we've got Lammy on our side, so this should be a piece of cake. I wouldn't be so sure. Visibility is quite poor here. We can't take anything for granted. I agree. We should be thoroughly prepared before we engage it. Right. Well, seeing as we have no way of knowing what this fight is...
Oh, that one looks tough. This'll be fun. My turn. Get him!
I guess I should have double-checked your feint resist before I actually used that on you.
Go!
Feint resist. Oh, normal, like, 100% feint, or 100%, no feint resist is what I'm trying to say. What about seal? 20% seal chance.
All right, let's do this!
Leave it
I'll
to
handle
me.
this.
Of course.
My turn.
Do I have anything that can lower? I can lower art defense,
Be gone.
which is probably pretty useful. So I'm guessing only for one turn? Yeah, only for one turn.
Here we go! Stop!
My
God
turn.
bless America. Or rather, Adios bless Zemuria.
No escape.
Go!
Cures Feint. Whole Juice. Let's see if there's anything better that cures Feint. Faint and Confuse restores 50 EP.
Huh.
Delicious. My turn. Lammy, barrier. Thanks.
And Eustace is dead.
Impossible.
Because of course he
My
is.
turn!
Cures KO, please. Restores 100 EP, cures KO.
Huh.
Not bad.
Right.
Jesus.
Here we go!
So much damage.
Ha!
Not bad.
Behold, my most powerful strike.
Thanks,
Radiant
bot.
Blade Dance.
My turn.
Well, that didn't finish them off as I was hoping that would. Thanks, AOD.
There.
I'll
Nightwolf,
handle this.
welcome in. How are you doing this evening? Can we get another shout out for Nightwolf AOD, please? You're doing good. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Freeze is very good chance.
Yeah.
Damage could have been better, but that's fine. Just finished one on Cold Steel 3, and it was a long one. Ooh. Good to hear. I'm looking forward to it. Something around 2,000 HP is probably good. Yeah, that's probably good to throw into uses right now.
Not bad.
My turn. Get him! Now's our chance!
Very well.
Falcom said they're making another Trails game called Trails Beyond the Horizons. Yes, that has been officially announced for localization, and Trails Beyond the Horizon is the official localization name.
Now is our chance. Don't let
Up
it pass.
until now, it has been known by its Japanese name of Kai no Kaseki. Bye, Millium.
Here we go. There.
My turn.
Wow, you guys still have just so much HP. One down. With one gone, I should
Here we go.
hopefully be able to do this. Where's Fee, the OP girl? She's not in the party right now. She's in Group B. Where is it? I had something that's like, oh, restores 2,000 HP and cures KO. And like 500 EP or something like that. Thank you for the shout out. No problem. No problem. Did I only have one of them? I may have only had one. Golden juice will have to do for now.
Ha!
Delicious.
Here we go.
That said, I should still have something that, yes, not confuses, cures faint.
Huh.
And confuse, I guess.
Not bad.
Just please don't attack Millium. God bless America.
I'm done for.
I'll handle this. Yeah.
Delicious.
Of course.
Yep, eat your juice.
Huh?
Or
Here we
drink
go.
your juice.
Go!
My turn. Now is our chance. Don't let it pass.
Understood.
Strength and art strength up. Perfect timing.
Yes, sir.
go!
You know, despite wanting to cook more, we should probably just go ahead and use a Tyrol Bomb.
Thanks.
Top you
I'll
off
handle this.
completely.
Here I go.
Ow.
Here we go!
My turn. Shatter!
My turn.
Go! That's that. Let's
Yes,
get
I'm
moving.
still at Laura's hometown. Yes, that is where I currently am. I am in Legram, as it's commonly known by people in the game. Mirage leveled up. Gained access to Crescent Mirror, very nice. Gained 15 EP instead of, or 20 instead of 15 EP. 50% chance to counter evaded magic. Sorry, 50% chance to evade magic and can counter evaded magic.
Great!
Very nice.
Not bad.
That should suffice.
Making progress.
Nice.
And everybody almost gained a level. Have to get her father's approval to date him. Yep, it's true. You do. Well, that takes care of that. Huh. Not bad for your first monster extermination. Huh. I guess we shouldn't have expected any less. The tough part was actually getting to the monster this time, though. True, this mist doesn't make for the smoothest of navigations. It wasn't that bad. If the air were a bit cleaner today, we might have been able to explore a few other routes through the area. But for now, we'd be wise to return to Legram and give our report. Yeah, let's head back to town. Haha, treasure chest.
I welcome all challenge.
Here we go!
All challengers, you say, Laura?
My turn. Ta!
Yes, sir.
Laura, you're just shy of one-shotting him.
My turn. Be gone!
Ow.
Go! The second. Go!
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
My turn.
Here we go!
Thanks, Eustace.
Right. Hey!
Too slow!
Yes, sir. There.
I'll handle this.
Okay, now if we can just hit this guy,
What a
just
waste
once.
of time. Let's go.
All we need to do is hit him one time. Okay.
What a large monster. You'll need to be careful.
Yes, sir. There. There.
You know, Milliam,
Watch out. This is...
it might
My
be
turn.
useful for you if you were to actually, I don't know, summon Lammy out ahead of you instead of behind you. That would probably be useful for everyone, in fact, if you were to do that.
Blow 'em away!
Just a thought. Strength down on them,
Go.
nice.
The second form, Gale!
My turn.
Okay, we got 2 seals, nice.
Off guard. Our time is now.
All right.
Right!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Huh?
My turn. Now.
An opening.
Critical hit.
Here we go! Ha! Go!
Gotta love crits.
You're done!
You just have to. You're legally required
You bad guys better watch out!
to love crits.
I sure would.
Taros reached level 4. Very nice. Grand Press. Delay after attack is still multiplied by 2. But damage is also multiplied by 2 now. Beautiful. And our accuracy has gone up by 75%. So now Laura's going to be even stronger with her basic attacks.
Very well. I will.
Go! There! Ha!
Of course. Hi.
Here I go!
Chat. Chat. Our accuracy just went up by 75%. And we missed anyways. What the actual shit?
I'll handle this. Be gone.
Kill it too. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's on me
My turn!
for just not rolling a high enough number.
The second form, Gale!
Here I go!
Click attack better. You're right. You're right. I should.
Very well. What?
Someone on the team isn't doing their job. I blame you, sis.
There!
Wow, how many times
My
are we
turn.
just gonna miss this guy?
You still have a lot of training to do.
See, they were all deliberately missing just so that Laura could finally get an attack in. And we can see how strong she was on a crit.
Very well.
Go!
Right. Hi. Ha! The advantage is out.
Go!
Correct, so the advantage is ours, Laura.
Yes, sir!
Now then,
Right.
can you please hit with an increased 75 accuracy? Yes, you
I'll
can.
handle
Thank
this.
you.
My turn! Ha! Go!
Gotcha! You bad guys better watch out!
I sure would.
Good job, team. What is her current accuracy? 75%, or increased by 75%. Maybe we should increase her accuracy further if we can. Well, outside of her, whatchamacallit, Millie's S-Craft is up because it's a group hit. I wouldn't necessarily call it OP. It is really good, don't get me wrong. It's time for Black Rose to head to bed. Black Rose, isn't this the time that you're normally at work? What do you mean you're going to bed? Are you just gonna sleep on the job? Also, what's a bed? Very good question, Nightwolf. What is bed? Bed doesn't exist in this channel. Correct. Okay. I replaced all your lamps for you, Duncan. Thank you very much for your help. A well-lit highway is always a boon to travelers. LOL, I'm at home. So? That doesn't mean you're allowed to go to bed. You're on the clock, mister. I worked 3 to 11. You needn't thank us. We were glad to offer our assistance. I'm glad we were able to shed a little light on things. People will be better off for it. That's what matters to me. Oh yeah, I guess I should return these. Return the maintenance key and all 14 broken orbit lights. Have fun. Thank you so much for coming in, Black Rose. We'll see you next time. At sweet dreams. Many thanks. Well then, a good effort deserves a good reward in kind. Crystal Flood. Thank you very much. You know, this has been kind of bugging me this whole time, but isn't it a little weird that so many went out all at the same time? Does that happen a lot? Actually, no. It's a rather impressive coincidence now that you mention it. Especially considering each light was last replaced at a different time. You said Torval's the one who normally handles replacing them, right? I wonder if he accidentally did something to cause this then. Perhaps he wanted us to experience the realities of the Bracer lifestyle. That's really stretching it. Indeed. I'm almost certain a man like him would never do something so pointless. Considering how cunning he already proved himself to be back in Bereahard, it's not impossible. We're probably just overthinking things, though. At least, I hope we are. Yes. Do you have any new Master Quartz? You do not. Wonderful, wonderful. Where is the... There it is. It's right in front of you. Me. Cost 100 mirror to spend the night. And then another 100 mirror to get to full CP for everybody. What do you have for sale? Kier's Burn, Kier's Seal. Let's see, what was it that we had that cured KO and restored like 2,000 HP? Golden Juice recovers 1,200. Soft and Fluffy Omelet recovers 100 HP. These restore 2,000 HP. Heavenly Gelato. Right, we only made a few because we didn't have the right monster parts. But now, I've got Laura with me. And, like, some of the monster parts.
I'll do what I can. I'm proud of this one. 3
salty gelatos. Okay, only restore 2500 HP, but also 50 EP and 25 CP. Gotcha. And if I wanted the cure's abnormal status and status downs, I could have given that to Gaius. Welcome back, Lady Laura. I see you're working as hard as ever, Saria. Of course. I have a question for you, though, if I may be so bold as to ask. Just what is your relationship with these men? They're all my classmates? Phew. I knew I could trust in the purity of Lady Laura's heart. Wait, what is she implying? You may be better off not knowing, Reen. I see. Hello again, Chloe. Is there a more vile and disgusting creature crawling upon the earth than men? Julian Carno presents a perfect example with their never-ending tomfoolery. There are a few exceptions, of course, like Lord Arsaid. He's so tall, strong, and handsome. Well, I see that the Radiant Blade Master has skewed the standard for aspiring gentlemen here in the Gram. You'd have to be in an airship to rise above expectations like that. True. Hey, we did the monster. Yo! Seems like you took care of that monster roaming around on the highway. We did. Though with all the thick fog, finding our way was more trouble than I expected. We certainly had to pay close attention to our surroundings this time. It did serve as good training, I admit. That's good to hear. Oh yeah, can't forget the reward, can I? Here you go. 600 Sepith Mass, that's like 6,000 Mira. Are you really sure we can have all of these? Not a problem. This is the reward the guild set for it, so it's all yours. It's not like I'm forking over fat sacks of Mira, so no need to worry. Ha! Thanks! Thank you very much. You deserved it. It saved me from a real bother of a mission. Alright then, good luck with the rest of your tasks. Double Highway monster completed. One more quest, chat. I've been eagerly awaiting your arrival. I see you were able to begin your field study without incident. We were. Thank you for your help. Incidentally, I noticed it was you yourself who placed this request for us. Indeed. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me. My request is merely this. I would like you to engage in a training bout with the students of the Arsaid School. That's what it said in the request description. I'm game. It's not often we get a training opportunity like this. But are you sure we'd provide enough of a challenge? Oh, I'm certain of it. By my assessment, you're all more than capable combatants. Swordsman of the famed 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School, an adept in court fencing, even a seasoned spearman. You each seem to handle your weapons with a poise only born of many battles, the young lady included. You can tell all of that just by looking at us? But you've never even seen us fight. Be that as it may, he seems to have a pretty good idea of what we can do. It's like he can even tell that Lammy's here. Well, I've mentioned all of you before in my letters home, though I expect Klaus could easily have deduced that much nonetheless. He makes a strong case for his position as acting master of the Arsaid School at the very least. I'm flattered. All of those training here now are at the beginner level. I believe you'll be an appropriate match for each other in terms of skill. Wow, you're saying that we're all still beginners? I mean, you may be right, but also we just kill a bunch of monsters daily, so... Sounds like the kind of hands-on lesson even a Thor's education can't buy. Very well, we'd be happy to accept. You have my thanks. If it's all right with you, I'd like to begin right away. Let me know when you're ready. I'm actually gonna ask to hold on a little longer. Would you mind waiting a little longer? We still have some things we need to take care of before we start. As you wish. Please return here when your preparations are complete. All I want to do is make a safety save. I don't know what failing this mission does or my likelihood of failing. But better safe than sorry, right? We're all ready. Just give us the word. Haha, excellent. Then please take your place on the stage in the center of the hall. Quest started. Listen up. Our opponents are Lady Laura's classmates. They may be young, but don't underestimate them. I know. I'm not planning to just lie down for these guys. And I'm not planning on losing either. Aw, no fair. Why can't I join? It would hardly be a fair fight if you summoned your doll to battle. As a student of this school, I also have to resist the urge to join in. Being a spectator can still teach us much, though. Lame. So these are our opponents from the Arcade School. Klaus said they're all at the beginner level, but in this school, I'm betting even beginners are pretty skilled. Indeed. It would be unwise to underestimate their ability. We're gonna need to give this all we've got, for us and for them. George Linus! George Gellinus? Welcome in, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in. Hey, AOD, can we get a shout out for George Gellinus, please? We can do this. We have a variety on our side. GG raid. Thank you very much for the follow, George. Is everyone ready? Then begin. AOD might be AFK. Oh, there he is. There he is. Currently playing Persona 3 Reload. Wonderful, great game. How are you enjoying it so far? RIP my internet. Understandable. I know that feeling. I know that feeling almost all too well. I was double checking my spell. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thus, our training bout with the students of the Arcade School started with a bang. They were just as skilled as we suspected, and we were forced to play to our strengths, relying on the team tactics we'd honed by fighting together. Finally, after a long and hard-fought battle, we emerged victorious. The battle has been decided. We didn't actually get to fight that battle. I'm a little disappointed. How is the Trails series? How deep are you? I am on the 6th game, Trails of Cold Steel. I don't know how familiar you are with the Trails series, George. There are 13 games in total. Each one requiring, well, maybe not requiring, but heavily encouraging to have some amount of knowledge of the games before. So it is strongly recommended if you're looking to get into the series to start from the very beginning. And boy, has it been worth it so far. At least I say so. Frost over here just is a hater and doesn't like anything fun. We did it. Phew. Barely scraped out a victory there. Oh man, we lost. How shameful. Seems like we still have a long way to go after all. Yeah, we have to turn our training up a few notches. Thanks for coming out and giving us a good fight. That battle made for some excellent training. Huh. You can say that again. I know I learned where I could stand to brush up. I've been curious with the series about its gameplay. So the gameplay is a tactics RPG, but like smaller dosage tactics, I'd say, as opposed to having like 100 characters to choose 12 of, and each individual battle lasting like 2 hours. You have at most like, well, at most, as far as the games so far, I want to say by the end of this game we have like 11 or 12 characters, which you pick 6 of, and then from there you choose a party of 4. And then you can swap out some characters after the fact. It's a lot more condensed, and then individual fights are not nearly as long as they are in like a Final Fantasy Tactics or a Fire Emblem or anything along those lines. If you're curious, absolutely stick around. I might just leave after completing this quest to go and do some battles just to kind of show off the combat system. It's fairly unique for an RPG, I'll say that much. Your skills in battle were befitting of the reputation of the Arcade School. He's right, you all fought wonderfully. It was an excellent battle. I see you've all been diligent in your training while I've been away. Boo! Milliam is very disappointed that she couldn't fight. What now, Milliam? I wanna fight too! Oh my. Milliam, don't do... Whoa! What the hell is that? A silver doll? Milliam? Honestly, are you incapable of sitting quietly for just 5 minutes? But sitting here and watching you guys fight is so boring. I'm ready to jump in. Come on, you don't want to sit on the sidelines either, right, Laura? Well, I don't suppose I can deny that. You too, huh? This does present a bit of a problem. I think having Arigetlum take the field might give us too much of an unfair advantage. Ho ho, well if that's the case, allow me to serve as your opponent instead. Huh? Master Klaus? If you do decide to stick around, George, you will know that my voices are nothing if not extremely inconsistent. And for that I apologize in advance. I may not be the young man I once was, but I'm still acting master and caretaker of this school. For his lordship in his absence, I believe you'll find me a worthy opponent, even for that silver puppet. What? Wow. His stance leaves almost no openings. I can see that acting master isn't simply an honorary title. It happens, I do the same. Fair enough, fair enough. I see, but if Klaus is going to join the battle, I would like to as well. Laura? Lady Laura? I've been defeated by Klaus on more occasions than I'd like to count. I'd enjoy the opportunity to show him how much I've improved. Haha, as you wish then. Show me all that you've learned during your time at the Academy. Ooh, this is getting exciting! Well, this seems to have escalated rather quickly. I suppose not everyone has the patience to sit on the sidelines, especially when they're itching for a good fight. Good grief. What do you think we ought to do? I don't think there's anything we can do. Master Rean, I would greatly enjoy the chance to cross blades with a skilled swordsman of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. Presses the "that escalated quickly" button. Very true. Very true. Would you be willing to participate as well? Huh? Of course, I'd be glad to accept. Rean just finished the battle. He's probably still tired. Good, good. How about you choose one more of your classmates to round out your team? You'll all be facing me. And if you're able to defeat me, you'll have completed my request. Heh, in that case. Let's bring in Emma. How about it, Emma? I'd be happy to. Then let us begin. But please, don't hold back on account of my age. Wasn't planning on it. Huh. I doubt you'll even give us the opportunity to do so. No doubt. I can feel his power already, and he hasn't even made a move yet. We're gonna need to come at him with everything we've got. Even more than the last fight. Heh. I wasn't planning on holding back anyway. Alright then. Begin!
Come, show me what you can do.
Well, I was planning on going and showing off random encounters, but this works just as well, I suppose. First of all, we can link up to a partner. I'll link you up with Laura. So basically, for fights, we have 3 major options. We can do just a basic attack. We have arts, which is basically your magic attacks. You can cast them, but they take a few turns before you'll actually use them. And then we have crafts, which use up a different resource called CP, or craft points, that you can use right away, but usually have a larger delay afterwards. You can see our turn order off to the side, as well as how things are affected when I click on certain moves. For example, using Frost Edge, I'll be able to start casting the spell now, and then use it fairly shortly thereafter. Casting a stronger spell, like Demonic Scythe, will have an even longer delay, and then Dark Matter is the same delay, actually. Never mind. Obviously, enemies have different elemental efficacies, as well as status efficacies. He has 50% resistance to several statuses, and is immune to most others. To all others. It's either 50 or nothing. So if I wanted to come in and use, say, Gale, which has a 50% steal chance, you multiply that by his 0% status efficacy for steal, and he's a 0% chance to get sealed. That's a bad example. Basically, it's you take your efficacy, multiply it by their, take the chance of the move to inflict the status, multiply it by the efficacy. That's my streamer. Thanks, Frost.
Right.
I am bad at using good examples.
Huh?
My turn.
Not too bad a damage. I don't suppose I have any food items that can lower defense. Restores 800 HP, defense 8. Oh, right, those are just... These are the ones that actually deal damage. What is your freeze efficacy? 50%. There's a better example. He has 50% freeze efficacy, multiplied by the 50% chance that this frozen soup will freeze. So he has a 25% chance of being frozen. I only have one of them, so I'm a little hesitant to use it. 50% chance of status down. Let's fish a little bit for that. Did not hit.
Yeah.
Arcus, activate.
Good dodge, Reen.
Go! All right, let's do this.
Do another motivate, so Laura can have even
Yes, sir.
more attack.
Now.
Stand down.
Okay.
Vengeance attacks. Love it.
Right. Hey.
Yes, sir.
3,700 HP or 3,700 damage is pretty good. Do wish I had a way of lowering your Feint is 0. We'll keep fishing with right beam. There's the strength down I was looking for earlier.
Go!
Delay will do exactly nothing.
Arcus, activate.
It's my turn. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
This old dog still knows a few tricks.
Okay, second phase.
Stand down!
Here I go.
Thank you, Laura. We'll keep fishing with right beam.
Of course.
Ooh. So you'll notice that on Emma's turn up over on the left, we have a critical hit coming up. Whoever's turn that is will get the critical hit. So if I use something like Reen's S-Break, I refuse to notice that, but that's like one of the core mechanics of the game.
Dabble on my blade.
The S-Break being the move that allows me to act during somebody else's turn.
Of course.
Now my big, strong girl is getting the critical hit instead,
Hey!
and is going to completely miss.
Okay.
Almost like I had to remind you how to do this. Shut up. You did teach me a new way of looking at it. That is true. I will admit to that much.
Radiant blade
We went to another dimension to dunk on him. Jeez. Thanks.
Just as I'd hoped.
Yeah,
We
that
should
flopped.
keep going.
75% bonus accuracy. Keeps missing. Good job, Laura. That's why I have you on my team. Abusing an old man, what the fuck? He asked us to abuse him. Well, more accurately, he asked us to engage him in combat, which he knew meant probably abuse. Also, I heard the level up sound. Emma leveled up. Got it.
Making progress.
More victim blaming. He's not a victim. This was a fair duel. 4v1, and we, according to the story, barely won. We stand victorious. Wow. Did they seriously defeat Master Klaus? Huh. I should have expected no less. It has been quite some time since I was last bested in combat. He doesn't even seem all that tired. I guess that's the acting master of the Arcade School for you. Ho ho! Gracious me, what a thrilling battle. And your silver puppet was more challenging an opponent than I had anticipated, young lady. Well, there aren't that many people out there who can handle Lammy's swings as well as you did. And the Radiant Blade Master is supposed to be on a whole different level. It sure is a big world out there. Well, that's true enough. Incidentally, Master Reen. Yes? It was an honor to see the skills of a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style firsthand. However, I couldn't help but sense you were holding something back. A wavering of your clear intent, if just for a moment. Huh. Holding something back? I thought so. I apologize if I said something impertinent. You needn't pay any mind to the ramblings of a foolish old man. No, I appreciate your saying so. I'll take it to heart. Huh? I don't get it. But anyway, that means we've got this request all wrapped up, right? Certainly. Thanks to your assistance, this was the most fulfilling training session for everyone. Just being able to watch such an amazing fight got me all fired up. We're impressed. We're immensely grateful for all you've done for us. Not at all. It was our honor. When we meet again, I'd enjoy the opportunity to have a training bout with you all by myself. It would be our pleasure. Well, we'll be sure to train to the fullest extent of our abilities in the meantime. You won't be disappointed. It's only been a few short months, but your growth has been considerable. I am certain that you have your fellow classmates at the academy to thank for that. Well, when I see how well you fight together, I'm filled with the deepest of admiration. I agree. I think they're the reason I've been able to grow like I have. Even taking on this request has helped teach and strengthen me as well. Laura. Haha. The day will eventually come when you'll be able to best me in single combat. Sooner than you think at that. And you can be sure I'll continue devoting myself to my training, pursuing that goal. I'm very much looking forward to it. I wish you all the best with your field study here in the Graham. May it be a rewarding and fulfilling experience. As butler to the Arseid household, I'll be praying for your success. Thank you very much. Yay, quest complete. And we got a new quartz. Laura's S-Craft Radiant Dance was strengthened to become Radiant Waltz. Let's see here. New quartz. Quillen. Attacks crafts cause 25% strength or defense reduction. 10% chance. That seems good. Probably get rid of Septium Vein. I haven't been using too much Sepith. Actually. I have an attack 3. Excuse me. $910 strength on the big sword lady. Peaceful sunset. Ooh, looks like it's almost evening already. That sunset sky makes for a very picturesque view, don't you think? It seems that the mist has cleared somewhat too. I would venture a guess that tomorrow will be a clear, sunny day. Anyway, we finished up all the main tasks we had for the day, so we should probably head back to the guild now. I'm sure Toval's curious as to how we fared out there. Sounds like a plan to me. We're off to see the bracers, the wonderful bracers of Legram. I see that the liner has arrived. I also see strange men disembarking on it from time to time, so I have to stay on guard. You appreciate my singing voice, don't you, Frost? You love it so much. The last thing I want to see is some licentious prowler getting too close to Lady Laura's home. This girl really hates men. I appreciate the mute tab button. Oh no! I mean, as long as I'm still getting the view. Though the comments are nice too. Let's report things to the guild.
We're back.
Today was so much fun!
Oh hey, welcome back.
Seems my timing could hardly have been better.
One line of no voice.
Huh?
Daddy. Daddy.
Father?
I mean, Father. That one works too.
When did you get back? When only Klaus came to greet us, I assumed I wouldn't be seeing you while I was in Legram.
Fortunately, I was able to take some time away from my engagements to see you and your class. And while I was in town, I also had some business to attend to with the guild, which is what brings me here.
That
It
is an
does my
awkward hug
heart good
animation.
to see you again, Laura. It seems you've grown since I last saw you.
Father, please don't treat me like a child. But it's good to be back.
But you are his child, Laura.
It's good to have you back.
So that's the Radiant Blade Master. Laura's dad seems so cool. She sounds embarrassed, but I've rarely seen her so happy.
Ah, these must be your friends.
Right. These are my classmates from Class 7 and my partners in this field study.
This is only about half of her classmates, to be fair.
Then let me welcome you to Legram. I'm Viscount Arsaid, the ruling lord here. My daughter has told me all about you in her letters. So it's a pleasure to finally be able to put faces to the names.
I love the music. Even the calmer songs like this, I love. This is delicious. Oh, careful, Milliam. You're gonna trip sauce all over the table. Wow, so this is real Legram cuisine. I think I like everything on the table. You can say that again. This fatty meat is me thinking past seconds and all the way to thirds. That's roast wild boar. It's been a staple in many local dishes for generations. Is something troubling you, son of the House of Alberea? You seem to have brought your worries to the table tonight, but not your appetite. Well, it's just that I know my family has been causing you a lot of trouble. Eustace. Is he? Haha. Oh, that? Just minor disagreements. You probably know it all too well. Conflicts over taxes among the nobility are as sure as the rising of the sun. It's nothing to be so concerned about. Thank you for your kind words. But come, tell me of your day. I hear you fought Klaus this afternoon. Yeah, and we kicked his ass. And emerged victorious at that. We did. Though I did feel like he was holding back against us. Oh, nonsense, my lady. You and your classmates fought with the boldness of young lions. I look forward to seeing you soar to even greater heights. Ah, marvelous. I did have my hopes that you might choose to attend that girls' school in the capital. But you seem to have made some excellent friends at Thor's, so perhaps this is how things were meant to be. I feel the same. Laura? Reen, was it? I'm curious. I can sense fear in your swordsmanship. A certain hesitation. What? Father? The sword hermit. Yun Ka Fei. In addition to being your master and the founder of the 8 Leaves One Blade School. He's also a personal acquaintance of mine. In fact, I've requested a duel with him on numerous occasions. I see. If you'll forgive me for asking, who is the victor? Haha, the victor has yet to be decided. putting our respective philosophies against one another in such an engaging experience, we always lose track of time. To think there's a swordsman out there capable of fighting on equal terms with you. The world truly is a vast place. I can hardly imagine what a duel like that would be like. But getting back to what I was saying, the Eight Leaves One Blade School draws its influence from the elements of several other Eastern schools of swordsmanship. The style's philosophy has such depth it's not difficult to see why one who masters it is known as a divine blade. But there's something about you, Reen. Something that terrifies you so much that its mere shadow pins you in place. Huh? He's almost certainly referring to... I've occasionally gotten that impression myself. So this is the burden Reen carries. Indeed. It seems like whatever happened in the old schoolhouse last month had something to do with it, but... You have me at a loss. I never would have imagined you'd be able to tell so much about me so easily. But thanks to that, I've made up my mind. What? Oh? My lord, I ask of you as the Radiant Blade Master, would you grant me the honor of a duel? A one-on-one against Laura's dad? Let's do it.
Wow, this is mega cool! He's really gonna duel the Radiant Blade Master!
He sure is.
But is he really strong enough to beat him?
Maybe.
He doesn't stand a chance. Receiving instruction from him would be one thing, but to duel a master like Viscount Arsaid...
Looks like the odds aren't in his favor then.
Probably not.
Reen, please reconsider.
The biggest advantage that Reen has in this fight is the fact that he is, in fact, the main character.
You too, Father. Stop this nonsense.
Please, Laura, stay out of this.
This duel is between Reen and myself. Stand aside. Are you certain this is what you want?
Someone wants to get into a pissing contest, they will lose? Yeah, exactly, right?
I am. It's an honor to have the opportunity to test my mettle against the renowned Radiant Blade Master. Thank you for accepting.
I admire your spirit. Now, show me what a swordsman of the Eight Leaves is capable of.
Ooh, he uses the sword that Laura uses, but with one hand.
Whoa! Amazing!
He can wield such a massive blade so deftly with just one hand?
Unbelievable.
That's Galan Sharl, a great sword that's been passed down in the Arsaid family for generations.
I'm sure it has.
It was once wielded by the ancestor of our house, the second in command of the Eisenritter.
I can sense incredible power within him. He may be even stronger than my master, which means that against him... Reen Schwarzer of the Eight Leaves One Blade School, beginner rank. I stand ready.
Victor S. Arsaid, master and successor of the Arsaid School. Ready.
Stronger than Young Coffee? Maybe. I have yet to meet Young Cafe.
Begin!
Now, show me what you're capable of.
My
Good
turn!
dodge, Reen.
Ha!
Sweet, sweet. Cannot be unbalanced. Cannot be statist. Arsaid School's famous practitioner, known as the Radiant Blade Master, wields a sword with inhuman strength.
Here we go!
You
0
will not
damage.
escape.
Go!
We can deal exactly 0 damage to him.
Won't give up.
And I'm not sure if that's because I'm underleveled or if that's just how the fight's supposed to go. You know what, we have more of these than we do Tierra Bombs, so...
Go! Arcus, activate.
Nope, we can deal
Won't give
exactly 0 damage to him, so...
Flames, gavel on my blade.
Okay, I'm just gonna let him kill me then.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Game over. Ah, shit.
Ouch!
This is why I tried to stop them.
I could barely even see what happened.
I lost? Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right?
It's not like Reen is weak.
It's more that his opponent's strength is so far beyond his.
I hope Young Coffee disowns you now. He probably will. For losing to somebody that's stronger than he is, even.
What are you doing? This duel is not yet over. To your feet, at once.
Father?
This duel is over when you're
I
dead.
know you're capable of more than this.
That was a whoops moment. Something like that.
But if you're still too afraid to assert your true strength, then I have no choice but to force your hand. Now, show me.
He disappeared?
No.
Too slow.
He's going Super Saiyan! Yeah, Victor, kill him!
Whoa!
His hair got white!
This is...
Is this what Reen is afraid of?
Showing off his natural colors.
Excellent. This is as it must be. This is the power that slumbers deep within you. As long as you continue to cower in the face of it, you'll remain forever at a standstill. I want to see your true potential.
Watch him just kill me in one turn.
Now.
Now. Now.
Now. Now. Now.
You
I see we are
escape.
slightly faster than he is.
Now. Now.
No counterattacks. Got it. I think we can tank one more hit before I...
Now.
Well, if we keep dodging, then I guess we don't need to tank any more hits.
Now. Now.
Okay, I will go ahead and heal now.
Now. Now.
Oh, or we can just die. That works too.
Reen!
Reen!
He should be falling on the floor, not kneeling like that.
Wow! That duel was crazy!
I forgot that we were supposed to lose that one too. I thought we actually had a chance in that fight.
Yeah. Though it all makes sense now.
That was the main reason I even used those healing items in the first
Why
place.
Reen asked the Viscount for a duel in the first place.
You fool. You shouldering such a burden alone all this time?
Are you alright, Reen?
Father, there was no need to go that far.
I'm fine. He held back. I admit defeat. I'm honored to have seen the Radiant Blademaster's signature technique.
I think you're finally starting to understand.
Your hair is supposed to be white.
What we call power is simply a measure of one's raw strength. Without knowing how to properly apply it, it has no real meaning.
Truly wise words from somebody with a lot of power.
However, when you deny the power you already possess, you're only shortchanging yourself.
You're right. I feel like I finally get what my master was trying to teach me about the laws of nature. But I'm afraid understanding that is only going to make me even more uncertain.
Rean.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. Stand up, dust yourself off, and step forward. Grapple with that fear each day if that's what it takes. Uncertainty weighs on the hearts of all people, but it's far preferable to standing still.
Is it though? Is it really preferable to just staying where you are? Maybe. Oh, Emma and Laura aren't in bed, I guess.
The mist seems to have cleared. So, that's the Saint's castle.
Yep.
You can't come out right now. Someone might notice you.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. The Radiant Blademaster may be scarily perceptive, but I doubt he'll notice my little moonlit stroll.
I imagine that he would.
Honestly.
Well, what do you think? I'm not sure how much we can count on the boy.
Talking cat.
It seems he's finally found what he needs to move past what's been holding him back. But I'm still not certain he's going to make it in time.
That's not for us to decide. Our role is to watch over and guide him, nothing more.
WTF, since when can cats talk? Since Persona 5. That's when cats started being able to talk. Is this some furry game?
I don't want you to do anything like that ever again.
Fine, fine. Setting that aside for now. I'm sure you've already sensed it, but there's definitely something inside that castle. That place is out of our jurisdiction, but I have a bad feeling about this one.
You must have missed this scene?
Me too. I suppose all we can do is point Laura toward it and hope she notices too.
For shame, Frost, for shame. Can't believe that I still missed some AP at the very beginning of the chapter.
It's on me someday.
Because Milliam decided to faint in the freaking field, or not field study, practice exam. I can speak, I promise. No, I can't. Whoa! World looks different when you can actually see it, doesn't it? Wow, what a view! Looking at this lake is like looking into a vast mirror. I suppose that wharf you can see in the distance must be over in the Sutherland province. Mountains? Mountains, are you okay there? Now you're fine. Cool. As soon as I pointed out. Good job. You can see the Saint's Castle way more clearly today, too. So this is what Legram looks like on a clear day. It almost seems like we're in a different town. Well, both faces of the both faces of the town have a place in my heart. Hey, I'm sorry for all the fuss I caused yesterday. Rean, you really did. However, you did what you did out of necessity, right? Yeah. Before yesterday, I've never been able to recognize the truth behind my master's teachings. But crossing swords with your father is what But crossing swords with your father is what it finally is. It was like I finally realized what he wanted me to understand all those years. I don't know why I couldn't read that line for so freaking long. I see. In that case, I won't criticize what you did. I can understand that feeling, struggling forward even in the face of adversity. Huh. It seems the winds have granted you their blessing. Still, Rean, I think you owe us an explanation. What was that power you displayed during the duel? I've never seen its like. It was so cool. Like you suddenly turned into a whole different person. Your hair grew all white and you started saying that this is your true power or something. Almost like some kind of power that was locked up inside you came roaring out in one big flash. Yeah, I guess that was what it must have seemed like. Killed a bear, chat. There's something, some beast-like instinct sleeping inside me. And when I completely lose control of myself, it just swallows me up, transforms me somehow. I've known about it ever since I was a kid, and all my life I've lived in fear of it, of that other self. It seems a strange burden to bear. Something beast-like? I don't know, it seemed pretty cool. Besides, if it makes you even stronger, why not just be like that all the time? We are in ads. I'm going to take a quick break to refresh my water. I will be back momentarily. And this time, Frost, we do in fact have viewers that aren't subscribed because they weren't here when Black Rose was, so I will actually be pausing for ad viewers. I'll be back. Thank God he's gone. Wow, Frost. Very rude. But also expected. Because it's you. Love you, Frost. Let's get back into it, shall we? Besides, if it makes you even stronger, why not just be like that all the time? Welcome back, adders. I made sure you'd miss as little as possible. I wish it were that simple. Years ago, I first asked my master to teach me the ways of the sword in order to suppress that power. I thought that if I could master the art of fighting, I could master my fear and quell those instincts. But that did nothing to solve the underlying problem, and eventually I ended up having my training discontinued. Pretty pathetic, huh? Oh, Rean. But you said that yesterday's duel helped you realize something, right? Right. I can deny it up and down, but doing that doesn't change the fact that it's in there somewhere. And unless I can accept it, I won't be able to reconcile myself with the past or really think about my future. I mean, that sounds so simple saying it now, but it took this long for me to realize it. Oh! Ah, I see. Trouble seems to seek you out, doesn't it? So you intend to accept your lot and move forward, even though this way is anything but certain? Huh. That's actually rather inspiring. I hope you'll tell Group B what you've shared with us. I think they'd be really glad to hear it from you. Yeah, I think I will. I feel like everyone's been worried about what happened at the old schoolhouse last month. The first time that I went Super Saiyan. Hey, I heard the big news. You seriously dueled the Radiant Blade Master? Yeah, he kicked my ass. Maybe if we had been a team of 4, we could have actually done it, but one-on-one? No. Heh, well, he was kind enough to give me the chance to test my skill against him. The gap between him and me is so wide that calling it a duel is being generous. Nah, don't sell yourself short. It takes some real guts to even think about trying to duel the Viscount. I know you've battled Sarah and her strength is pretty intense, but he's on a whole different level. I can see you didn't achieve beginner rank in the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School for nothing. You're surprisingly well informed. That's a bracer for you. Well, the guild has pretty close ties with the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School after all. Yeah, at least 2 bracers that we've met have been Divine Blades. Anyway, let me get you those tasks for today. Field Study Day 2 assigned tasks. Ebel Highway monster number 2. There's another monster on the Ebel Highway, but we don't know what kind of monster. Details unknown. Location Ebel Highway. Don't let me down, Class 7. Get this taken care of ASAP. You know, Toval, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of monsters on the highway. I could go and kill one of those mushroom monsters and technically have fulfilled your request. Offering to the departed. I would like to practice making an offering to Saint Sandlot. Would you be willing to help me gather the materials necessary to do so? If so, come see me at Legram Chapel. Sister Temis. Oh, I was expecting there to be more, I guess? I am rather curious about this monster extermination request. Didn't want to overload you since I'm planning on giving you an extra task this afternoon. It sounds like this will be your last full day in Legram, so I wanted you to get the most out of you while you were here. Anyway, let's get on out there and do what you do. Got it. No sense in waiting to get started then. Well, at least it shouldn't take long. Okay, let's roll out! Autobots, roll out! What the heck is an Autobot, Milliam? Never mind. Okay, if I recall... Ouch! Dad really walloped me. Why do you have to flip out like that? All I did was borrow his cart. You know, we should probably just ditch that idea anyway. It did look pretty dumb. Man, that's what I was thinking too. You gotta tell me these things sooner so I don't look dumb doing it. It's 1 a.m. I'm going to sleep. Good night, degenerates. Good night, Frost. I probably shouldn't be here for too much longer. I'm thinking maybe 30 or so minutes at most. You have a good one, though. I feel like there's a hidden quest today. I just don't remember if it's in the morning or at night. It surely is a blessing to bask in Lady Laura's radiant presence today as well. My prayers to Adios and the spirits didn't go unanswered after all. What? The spirits really do make dreams come true. We should probably rest. Oh, are you looking up when there's a hidden quest? Got it. That makes sense. Need to talk to Cindy. Again, is that during the day or at night? And actually, I think I remember where it is now. Don't tell me it was yesterday. You're heading out as well, AOD. Have a good night. On the 29th. Does it say day or night? I'm guessing night because she's not here. Or at least she's not where I remember her being, if I'm remembering the right quest. Hi, Chloe. I cannot believe this. Not one, not two, but 3 men have turned Lady Laura's manor into their beastly den. You can't possibly let this stand. Get them to stay over at the inn instead. That wouldn't be much of a warm welcome now, would it? Well, I would suggest finding and talking to Cindy. Fair enough. Besides, we have plenty to discuss regarding our field studies, so having them stay with me in the manor is ideal. This is why I keep worrying about your safety. Actually, aren't you Cindy? No, you're not. You're Saria.
Okay.
My turn.
Cindy is not upstairs. You're probably not a Cindy. Are you a Cindy? I've had to listen to Father shouting all day thanks to Julian. If only he'd just grow up already. I fear for his future at this rate. Okay, that was Cindy. She did not have a quest for us yet, Frost, so I'm assuming tonight. But first, where's the chapel? Chapel is way up there. I would not make too many assumptions. Fair. I'm also basing off of my memory of the game. Because remember, I have played this before. Just make sure you talk to her if you see her move. Yep, will do. Oh, hello everyone. Good day, Sister Teramis. Have you grown accustomed to Legram while I was away? I have. Everyone's been so kind. The only thing I just can't get used to is Father Heimilkar's lackadaisical approach to his work. Huh, that's understandable. He has his good points, though. Really? I have yet to see him act like a responsible adult even once. You were right on your first guess that she should be at the dock for the quest start. The picture looks like daytime. Okay, understandable. We probably shouldn't be gossiping about this, though. I assume that you came along because of my request, right? Yeah, that's right. We'd like to tell us a little bit more about it. Bye, Frost! We'll see you later. The request mentioned that you plan on making an offering? That's correct. I need a number of items in order to make it, and I'd like you to collect them for me if you're able. Do you have the time to take this on for me? I understand if you don't. Time for this dragon to get some sleep, going to prowl away. Have an awesome stream, many hugs and much love to all. Thank you so much for coming in, Claus. I'll see you around. Have a good night. Yeah, we'll accept. Sure, we'll fill you in. Or will fit you in. Thank you very much. Allow me to tell you about what I need you to do. As Lady Laura knows, I have a custom here. It's a custom here in the Graham to hold a memorial service for Saint Sandlot and the Eisenritter each year. The period in which this service is held is coming up rather soon, too. That sounds kind of like a downer. Well, it's not supposed to be a lively event. The memorial service is held to mourn the brave warriors who gave their lives during the War of the Lions. Will the church be leading the service? The people here seem to have a strong belief in animism, so I wouldn't have expected that to be the case. Not quite. The church is just assisting with it. Animism has a much deeper roots than the church here, so it's only natural that we respect it. Legram seems to be similar to Nord in that regard. Yeah, animism's just as widely believed over there as it is in here. And yet, despite that, both communities believe in the church's teachings as well. Well, the church has never once denied the existence of spirits, after all. In my opinion, that's one of the reasons its teachings have spread across the continent like they have. Jinopei! Hi, Judy! How are you doing? Welcome in! I'm streaming a little bit later because I had to start so late tonight. Gonna be lurking and watching anime. Sweet, sweet. I'm probably gonna be calling it in about 20 or 30 minutes, somewhere in that range. I guess Idios has a big enough heart for everyone, huh? Quite right. Getting back on topic, though, I've actually been asked to prepare an offering for the memorial service myself. Oh? Will this be your first time doing so? It will, but because of that, I'd like to practice a little before the service itself. That's why I'd like to ask you to collect all the ingredients I need for it. Ah, so that's how it is. What exactly will you be making? I'm going to be making pretzels! I like pretzels. Huh? Those are those bready thingies that look like they're all twisted into a knot, right? Yeah. That's right. However, the pretzels used for the memorial service are made to look like the spirit monument here in town. I assume you're talking about that unique-looking monument at the center of the town? The very same. The pretzels here are generally baked to be rather hard, so they'll last longer. And it's even said that the Eisenritter carried them into battlefield in their combat rations. I suppose that explains why you're giving pretzels as an offering, then. My Emma voice and my voice for this sister are very similar. That's quite a fascinating historical tidbit. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a chance to see Erebonia's most time-honored pretzels. What ingredients do you need us to get, then? Ah, yes, I almost forgot. I need you to gather 5 hearty powders, 5 clear gelatins, and a type of seasoning called white seed. Well, it shouldn't be too hard to beat up some monsters for that stuff, but what exactly is white seed? We'll tell you when you're older, Milliam. They seem to be one of Legraham's local crops, according to Father Hamilcar. Unfortunately, they're not really in season right now, so none of the stores here have any. Well, I think that part should be simple enough, fortunately. Our household's head chef should have some on hand. Oh, that's a huge weight off of my shoulders. Right, then let's start gathering. Where should we make our way to first? Laura's home or the highway? I'm fine with either. We'll have to go to both eventually. Alrighty. Actually, let's go to Laura's home first. Viscount Arsaid's mansion. Over here. Hello, Chef. Hello, Lady Laura. Is there something you need from me? There's a request I'd like to make of you, if I may. Would you happen to have any white seed on hand? Of course. Why, it would be crazy for me to not have some on hand. I've got it stored away, and I always make sure we never run out. How much do you need? I can give you the entire crate if you want. Well, I don't think we quite need that much. Well, then I suppose a small bag full should do the trick. My thanks. Anything for you, Lady Laura? All the people here really love her, don't they? Heh, I'll say. I mean, who could blame them? Have you seen Lady Laura? I rest my case. Okay, off to the highway. Oh, all of the fog on the highway has disappeared as well. Yeah, it's so much easier to see all the surrounding areas now. Totally! I could hardly see my hand in front of my face yesterday. Well, at least we don't have to worry about getting lost today. We may find alternate routes, though, that were through the area that we missed yesterday, too. It's very likely. We should keep an eye out for those while we're looking for the beast we need to slay. And the ingredients! I don't know. Remind me. We need hardy powders and clear gelatins. Those are both things that we can get. We are out of clear gelatins almost entirely, and we need one more hardy powder. Hopefully we can get enough while we're fighting monsters out here, otherwise, looks like there's a path over this way, too. I didn't notice it when we were passing yesterday. The mist is cleared today, which makes seeing paths through the area much easier. I think this path leads to the top of the hill. Perhaps, but we'll need to do something about this log before we can go there. Lammy can snap a log like this like a toothpick. Hehe. We'll leave the heavy lifting to you and Lammy then. Hope you don't mind. No problemo. Characters with strike-type field attacks of B rank or higher can destroy fallen logs and certain other objects. That was easy. Oh, come on. Let me just strike you.
We have nothing to fear.
Fine.
Right. Hey!
My turn.
Okay.
Very well. I leave this to you.
Come on, Lammy!
Ow.
Here we go. Go.
We got this. Maybe.
Okay.
Here! Yes, sir! There! Yeah, you didn't
Like I
stand a
said, we got
chance.
this. Easily. No questions whatsoever. Let's see here.
What a large monster. We'll need to be careful.
I don't even know what the best monsters to hunt if I want either of the things that I need are. But,
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that one looks tough.
we'll just
My turn.
punch it now. Arc Slash. Or Autumn Leaf Cutter. There we go.
There.
Yeah.
Didn't manage to pierce any of their skins.
This is it.
That one did, though.
Of course, me.
Here I go!
Although that was a critical hit. Never mind.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. There.
Yes, sir! Now!
Go.
not kill? Okay, I was about to say that should have killed. Thought for sure that'd be enough damage to kill.
Here.
But I guess
Here
not.
I go. Well, that's that. Let's get going.
Not bad.
Beautiful. Radiant Wings increases physical abilities at the expense of magical ones.
I did it!
Who needs magical abilities when you have Laura?
Here!
Wow, nothing in those crates? Okay.
Here!
We'll have to find our way through. My turn. Huh!
Yes, sir!
4,000 physical damage.
My turn.
Okay.
Do I have any? I do. I only have wind, actually. Whoops. How much magic damage do we deal here? 6K.
We should be safe now.
Damn. Like, I know Laura with good setup can deal that much, if not more. But
Oh, wow,
wow,
there's a
that's
river out here.
That's still a lot of damage.
I remember playing in this river when I was young.
Did you now, Laura?
This monster seems dangerous. Be careful.
My turn.
Watch out. This is a tough one. My turn. All right,
Let's do this.
Okay.
Here!
My turn.
Here I go!
She resists the status lowering of her own effect. Wow, I didn't realize that that could be resisted. I figured it'd be locked in, considering the fact that she's doing it to herself.
Blow away!
I was, in fact, wrong.
Yeah.
So now we get all the advantages of a thingamaboober, but none of the disadvantages.
Arcus, activate.
Too slow.
Nice counter. Good guard. Less nice taking damage.
Here we go. All right,
Yes, sir!
Right.
Alrighty.
No escape.
Probably
Evil
should
will
have
fall
tested
before
her
my
basic
blade.
attack, actually. But that killed all three of them, so probably pretty
I
good.
did it.
Nice. That should suffice.
Oh, that's a beautiful looking treasure chest.
Sure is. Dawn boots. And 300 of each epith, that's fine. Evasion plus 5% compared to the 10% that I currently have. Legendary boots, said to have been worn by the Eisenritter. Well, I think it would make sense. It would only make sense if we actually gave this to the descendant of an Eisenritter. Though it does lower her strength by 15. Perhaps giving it to someone like Milliam's probably the better choice. Let's see here. Got another monster to
What a
kill.
large monster. I need to be careful.
Okay, please. Excuse me.
A worthy adversary.
I always
Here we
forget that
go.
large monsters typically can't actually be stunned like that.
The second form, Gale! Now's our chance!
Gotcha! Yeah!
That works.
Right. Ta!
Yes, sir! There!
It always sucks when you just barely don't kill an enemy. Ow.
Now! Let's keep going.
Beautiful. Beauty.
Let's go, Lemmy!
My turn!
It's my turn.
Arcus!
My turn.
Hey! Yes, sir! There!
Beautiful.
My turn!
Good counter.
Let's...
Beautiful. EP charge
Bring it
3.
It's my turn.
Yes, sir! There!
My turn!
Good job, Milliam.
Right. Huh?
Yeah!
Grim Butterfly.
Let's keep going.
I'm a little butterfly. Green, black, and blue make the colors in the sky.
Oh, it's so cool here, you'd hardly believe it's summer.
The weather's pleasant today. A fine wind blowing too.
God damn. If anybody has their wind counters up, it's
have
pretty
the
freaking
wind.
high by now. I know that
My
much.
turn! Go!
Gotcha! Yeah! Yeah!
Right. Hey!
Here I go!
That works.
My turn! Now's our chance!
Gotcha!
Beautiful.
You bad guys better watch out!
I sure would.
Okay. How much further do we got? Not that much further. 2 more randos
We have the advantage.
before the boss. Well, I say rando.
My turn!
They're not random.
There! Now's our chance!
Gotcha! Yeah! Yeah! My turn!
My turn.
Oof.
Off guard.
I'll help! Yeah! My turn! Yeah!
We did it!
Huh. There seems to be a treasure chest here.
We'll have to fight our way.
My turn! The second form, Gale! Now's our chance!
Gotcha!
I keep
It's my
getting
turn.
unstables when I don't really need them in this fight.
Gleaming blades. Go!
Right. Huh?
Here I go! There!
I was about to say, please hit.
My turn.
Here I go!
Shining. Grants insight for 4 turns. With a +5 evade, I might find room for that on Fee later. Is that? It must be the monster Toval sent us out here to take care of. I've never seen anything like it. Is it even alive? Kind of looks more like some sort of machine. Any way you look at it, there's clearly something strange about that thing. I suppose that's why they sent it. Why we've been sent to exterminate it. At this point, we can't just go back without finishing the job. Yeah, I'd say let's see what this monster is made of. On your guard, everybody. It appears to be made out of metal ring. Just a thought. It appears to be metal.
Oh, that one looks tough.
I forgot that I can't just simply walk forward.
Yes, sir! Get him! Now!
Oh, I could have gone for burst there. Extra damage.
Go!
Restores some HP, cures freeze. Not freeze. Burn.
Ha! Whoa, that's good.
Very good. 1200 HP is not bad. What are you weak to? Nothing!
Analyzing the enemy's vital.
Go! Now's our chance! Let's go, everyone!
I wonder if this will just kill. It might. 2474 out of 1,256. 1,756.
Hey! Oh god.
4,000 damage.
My turn!
Oh, and we successfully froze it. Nice.
There! Now's our chance!
Go!
Yeah.
Here!
Here we go! Now's our chance!
Gotcha!
You're done!
To get a finishing blow like that on a mini boss,
Watch out!
I sure would.
that doesn't happen all the time. Hey, Emma leveled up. Laura's about to level up.
Making progress.
Is it dead? It seems more appropriate to say we destroyed it. Yeah, I didn't get the feeling we were fighting a living creature. A mechanical monster. What's something like this doing on the outer highway near Legram? Might our intelligence division cadet be able to shed some light on this? You are the one with a mysterious mechanical companion, after all. That's a good point, actually. I don't think this thing's any relation of Lammy's. For one thing, he looks like he's made of metal. That's true. Erigetlum and the combat shells we use in our practical exams seem to be made out of some other substance. And while they may be inorganic, the combat shells do have a certain kind of warmth to them. I don't see how much that matters, they all seem suspicious. But Milliam's probably right. This thing doesn't seem enough like the Erigetlum to link the two. Let's head back to Legram. I have a feeling Toval will want to hear about this as soon as possible. True. He may even know something about it himself. Back to Legram it is then. I have not gathered a single clear gelatin, and I've only gotten 2 hardy powders. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Elbow Highway. You're the ones providing my clear gelatins. Oh, and I can get hardy powers from grass bombs. I guess I just haven't run into any grass palms on my way over here. Time to fight a few of those.
Enemy sighted! Go! There!
I forgot, they're evasive little freaks, aren't they? Nutcracker against Reen?
Yes!
I feel kind of bad for him now.
Of course. Hey!
Good girl.
My turn!
That felt weird saying it. Ignore me, chat.
It's my turn.
Here I go! There!
Not yet.
Ow. Ow.
Okay. Here.
Of course. Ha!
Okay, how many
You
of these
still
are
have
going
a
to give
lot
me
of
the hardy
training to
powders
do.
I need?
I've only just.
A matter of course.
None of them. Sorry, not hardy powders. Clear gelatins. Was I looking at the wrong... I was. It is the clear shrooms that I want to be fighting after all. At least I noticed it after 1, not after like 10.
Here they come. Be careful, everyone.
Not yet. Huh. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Very good indeed.
Now.
An opening! Right!
Here I go!
Fool!
My turn. Go!
Gotcha!
Nice.
Perfect. You didn't drop me any clear gelatins, though.
We have the advantage.
I require some
My
clear
turn.
gelatins, please.
Now's our chance. Let's go, everyone.
Gotcha!
This is our.
I did it!
I have fought like 8 of these things now. Where are my clear gelatins, game?
Enemy sighted! My turn! Retreat! It didn't work.
Of course. We should retreat. Farewell.
We did it, chat. We ran away from the battle. Congratulations to us.
Now's our chance!
Go! Go!
Gotcha!
You're done!
Okay,
Of course.
here I go!
Go! Now's our chance!
Gotcha! It's my turn. Now!
An opening.
I'm so sorry!
Well then, let's keep moving.
I'll let you take point.
Falco reached level 4. Nice, nice. I'll begin battle with insight for 5 turns and evasion plus 6%. And I still have not gotten any of the clear gelatins I'm allegedly able to get from these rose-colored
I welcome
shrooms.
all challengers.
My turn! Retreat! Let's keep moving!
Here they come! Be careful!
My turn! Now's a chance!
Gotcha!
Okay,
My turn. Hey!
Here I go!
Don't know why I was thinking about that for so long. Oh, it is 1:45.
Here we go!
I might just do this item farm
keep going.
in the morning. Well, an item farm would imply that I was getting the items that I needed. I am not. Clear gelatin times 5. You supposedly drop clear gelatins. And you're allegedly the only monster that drops clear gelatins. I might look up your frequency later. For now, I'm gonna save outside of the highway. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna call it there. If I get pulled into another cutscene first thing in the morning, that's whatever. Let us look out for a raid target. Now it is quite late, I am aware. So finding somebody at this time of night might not be the easiest thing to do. You are doing generically retro games. Oh, you're playing Golden Sun. None of the types of people that I would want to raid are currently active. Let's type a random game into chat and see if, see who we find. Wonder if anybody's playing Trails in the Sky. Let's see here. Somebody's playing Trails. 15 people are watching Trails in the Sky. Let's see what's going on with you. X-Gen Eric. He's been going for 12 and a half hours. I hope that doesn't mean that he's wanting to head out here soon. If he was, that would make me very sad. We're gonna rate him, though. To my subscribers, you can add in this to make his day a little bit more pleasant. And if you're not subscribed, I'm sorry. I want to give a huge thanks once again to Emperor Nightwolf and George Gelinus? I'm not sure if I've been pronouncing your name correctly all day, George. But I do hope that you've had a wonderful day. Hope you've had a wonderful time here. I hope to see you again in the future. But for now, let's get raiding, shall we? I'll see you all on the other side. Bye, chat.